this is Rachel with the Book Mavens, and today I have a review to do of two books and kind of a generalized literary comparison between two authors and their writing styles that are often compared favorably. That I have some questions about why that is, and I just kind of want to reflect on that with you guys. So the books that I'm talking about, or the authors, is Stephanie Garber and Erin Morganstern. Okay, so I have read the Caraval trilogy. We had Caraval, Legendary, and Finale. That people consistently would compare to Erin Morganstern's The Night Circus. And I did not think that comparison was valid. And I really wasn't interested in continuing reading Stephanie Garber's work. I really did not particularly enjoy her Caraval series. But people said, no, you need to read Once Upon a Broken Heart and Ballad of Never After, because the writing's so much better, the story's so much better, you'll just love it. And it's not like Caraval, it's different. There was a lot of that. So I said, okay. I had put it off a long time. I wasn't that interested in reading in it. But now with the third book coming out, I had heard that the second book ends on this huge cliffhanger. And since it's coming out, I think in October, I said, okay, well, I might as well bite the bullet. But the big reason why I made a push to read him, or read the two books that are out of the three, is that Fairy Loot is they're re-releasing their special edition set. And I think they're beautiful. I think the design's really cool. So I really wanted to see, because I don't have special editions of them, I really wanted to see if it was worth it. So, so I read The Ballad of Never After. Well, that's the second one, sorry. And Once Upon a Broken Heart. So these are the US editions. So these are the ones that Barnes & Noble put out. Really pretty. This is one of the promo jackets. So I actually got this secondhand. It's cute, huh? But it looks like this. And this one is signed. I don't think Stephanie Garber's doing very many signed editions of her third book. I know Fairy Loot's will not be signed. It's digitally signed. So we'll see. I don't think Barnes & Noble's getting theirs. That's hand signed. My Once Upon a Broken Heart is not signed. This was actually a reissue when the second one released. So beyond the publishing, let's talk stories. And let's also not forget about Erin Morganstern. So I read The Night Circus before I read Stephanie Garber. And I honestly feel that had I not read The Night Circus first, I would have enjoyed Stephanie Garber's writing a little bit more. I don't want to talk too much about Caraval, but just understand that it's kind of in the same world. There's a little crossover with some characters and stuff, specifically the Fates, who are these like demigod style folk that have abilities and whatnot. And our primary fate that we're looking at is Jax, who is the Prince of Broken Hearts or something like that. So he's the fate we're most concerned with, that if he kisses girls, any girl that isn't his true love, he kills them. So he's kind of under this curse. You get introduced to Jax in Legendary, the second book of the Caraval series. So he has more of a backstory. Now Evangeline, who is our female protagonist, we don't hear about her until Once Upon a Broken Heart. So I think Stephanie Garber really tries to build an atmosphere and world that's magical. That's her goal. But I don't think that she has the capacity as a writer to do it. And I don't like to be hypercritical of writing in general. You know, everybody has their own style and own level. And I mean, obviously Stephanie Garber is a very popular author. Other people really very much enjoy her writing. It's just hollow to me. So if any of you guys have ever been to like an amusement park, think, like if you've ever gone to the Wizarding World of Harry Potter and Universal, or anywhere in Disney, right? Especially as an adult, and you're watching something and from a distance, it just looks so magical and immersive. But then when you're in it, it's not real snow, it's fake. And the closer you get to it, you see dirty spots. It's not pristine. And specifically like the Wizarding World of Harry Potter, you know, when you go and you wave your wand and you do your magic spells and you go up to the windows and you see the tracks, like they're there. So like from a distance, it seems so incredibly magical. That's how I feel Stephanie Garber's world building is. I feel like I'm in an amusement park, which maybe for some readers, it's immersive, but for me, I always feel like a tourist. Like I'm there, but I'm seeing the scenes. I'm seeing the tracks. I'm seeing the fishing line. I'm seeing everything that I shouldn't be seeing, if that makes sense. It seems fake. It seems like an amusement park. Whereas the Night Circus, you can't see the strings. You can't see the tracks. It's the difference between going to a Vegas show with a magician and existing in a dream where anything is possible. They're just not comparable to me. It's like apples and oranges. The way Erin Morganstern writes magic and being transported with a traveling circus and in these different tents, these different worlds you visit, it's like being in a dream. It's almost surreal. And the words she uses to paint these pictures are incredible. I understand why it takes her years to write. I mean, I must think she must have to dream it all up to be able to write it so well. They're so highly imaginative. And it's the world building, it's the atmosphere that makes the Night Circus such an incredible reading experience. And as somebody who deeply appreciated that, it's hard for me to read Stephanie Garber and even think to link the two in my brain. I cannot do it. And with Caraval, you know, because it is kind of like a traveling circus kind of deal, it's not the same. You see the string, you see it. It's so surface level. There's nothing of depth. There's no complexity behind it. It's all just like candy coated. It's too sweet. It tries really hard to be fairy tale-esque, but it plays too hard into a Disney-fied version and doesn't allow itself to get darker in the right way. So I always feel very much tethered to the earth reading Stephanie Garber's writing. And the Night Circus is just a different experience. You're not tethered to anything. You're being pulled. It's just such a different experience. And I didn't want to rattle on forever about it. And I do have some things that I enjoy, I guess, about Once Upon a Broken Heart. And like I said, I can see why people liked it. And it does end on quite a cliffhanger. I'm definitely going to read the third one, but I am not inclined to continue to collect volumes. This isn't going to be a new favorite. I can see with the character of Jax that she really, I feel, was heavily inspired by Holly Black in terms of how Holly Black wrote Cardan and how Holly Black in general writes the Fae as the tricksters, as not being quite emotionally complex to where you see it, like everything's far more internalized. I can see that with Jax. The way that she writes Evangeline, she always thinks that she just knows what it is, and continuously Stephanie Garber writes where she doesn't, and you're getting things from her perspective heavily. You don't get things from Jack's perspective, and I'm so tired of it. Like she can be weighing things without having to be 100% sure that what she thinks is true, and have it be wrong every time, man. Like every time. It's exhausting, and I just don't like, she heavily relies on that. And I like, once or twice is one thing, but it's every time that she has come to some kind of conclusion, it's just dead wrong. It's very irritating. But like I said, the world building, it just feels very small. I feel like I am walking through Disney World and visiting the different lands. Nothing feels expansive. It doesn't feel like a whole world. It feels like I'm visiting an amusement park. I don't know how else to say that. And that could be a wonderful experience. I'm not trashing anybody's reading experience. It's just, what astounds me is how she's compared to Erin Morganstern. Too different. Too different. The writing style is different. Everything's different. I don't get the comparison, but I just thought I would share my thoughts with you about it. I mean, to me, it's like 2.5. The way that it ended on a cliffhanger is just going to push me to pick up the third book just to see how it wraps up. I don't really feel that connected. I mean, we know that a character definitely has feelings for the other one, and for reasons unknown to us, is not expressing them. It's so surface level to me. It pretends at a complexity that doesn't exist. I feel very lofty saying that, but I would love to know what you all thought of Once Upon a Broken Heart and Ballad of Never After. I think there's some creativity there, and I think, like I said, if I hadn't been spoiled by Erin Morganstern, I might have enjoyed that cloying sweetness, that candy-coatedness to the story more. I mean, it is very charming. It's a charming story. It just lacks the depth, that the layers that I was expecting, because people keep making these comparisons. And I should have known better, because when they did that with the Caraval series, it's just not there. But I know a lot of people who really hated that series who love Once Upon a Broken Heart. I don't quite get the love. I want to love it. I wish that I did. I'm always jealous when people have these tremendous reading experiences and it doesn't hit that same note with you. It's always kind of disappointing. I don't like hating on books. And I don't hate on these books. It just, in terms of how they sell it, it's very surface level for me. But like I said, I would very much like to hear from you guys, your thoughts if you've read them. That's a pretty popular series. And if you've read the Night Circus, in terms of people comparing the two, do you really think they're on the same level? I'd love to learn what you guys think. And I've been reading some other books, but I really just wanted to focus on the Stephanie Garber, Erin Morganstern debate there with this video. But I'll have some more reviews for you all soon. And once again, if you guys have anything to recommend, please drop it in the comments. Amanda and I are always checking them, looking for new books to check out. So I look forward to seeing you next time.